I've lost my chat. Where'd you guys go? There we are. I found it. Hello. I hope you guys enjoyed that Fight of Animals run. I sure did. I thought that was hilarious. I loved it. I think Sable is right on the money with it was really hit after hit with those animal designs. Yes, Potato, thank you for sharing the SDAT submission link. We are excited that SDAT is happening once again this year, supporting Save the Children. So we will be getting those submissions in immediately, because that marathon is going to be at the end of August. So I'm excited to submit for it after my hosting shift, and we'll get to see some SDAT soon. And speaking of what we're going to see soon, sooner than that will be Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest. And so I got some special privileges. I went on Discord. I went into the Backrooms channel here. And I said, CJ, what do we do? And CJ says that we have far surpassed the initial goal already. So as a treat, he's going to allow us to have the all stages upgrade anyways, even though we were trying to get that extra 1750 in there before this run. It was a tough goal. So I'm with you guys, I understand, but I'm so excited that we do get to see the all stages run. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and throw it over. We'll go ahead and get started on it. We got a lot of stages to beat. All right, everybody, we are back with a man that needs no introduction and a commentator that also needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyways. Here we have Ryan Ford and Glenn with Donkey Kong Country 2.
All right, hello everybody. Yeah, so
hello.
As introduced, I'm Ryan Ford. We've got Glenn with me. My bad, I should have let you introduce yourself.
All good.
But yeah, what's good,
Got
everybody?
some monkey roll in action for you today.
Yep. Oh, I just forgot one thing. I need to turn up my TV slightly. I can hear the game better. All right, cool. That's good. Alrighty. So yeah, we're gonna be running True Ending for Donkey Kong Country 2, and I heard that that all y'all were generous enough to donate for me to run to upgrade this to all stages. So there'll be more Donkey content after the True Ending part.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So yeah, Glenn, you wanna count me down for the start?
Yeah. All right. Sure. All right. 3, 2, 1. Smurf.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So first things first here. So for all stages, the goal is to beat all stages, obviously, which includes the Lost World. So we have to basically make use of a cheat code here, which is
oh my god,
allowed
I can't believe that happened.
in this category.
I gotta reset.
And some others. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it messed up the cheat code there. But yeah, there are a few categories that involve doing Lost World stages without like 100% completion, and for those categories specifically, we allow using this cheat code that lets you get all the creme coins early. Just to have some interesting routes to run and stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, kind of messed up the code there. So there's a few steps to this. So first, we have to go into Carol's cabin and leave, and then we can't collect either of these 2 bananas right here.
I'm paranoid now, so I'm gonna move slow there every time.
Then you have to go get this banana bunch, go back in the cabin and get the 1-up balloon, then come back out, get the banana bunch again, and then come back in, and you'll get all the coins.
Yep.
It's very obscure, as 80s, 90s cheat codes were.
And that was like completely intentional, like intentionally put in the game.
Yep, this is very specifically programmed.
Yep.
That's kind of crazy.
All right, I should hopefully not have to reset ever again in the run, but probably wasted a good like 30 seconds there because of that.
So beyond this, it's not a ton of gameplay in the first couple worlds. So every level in the first 2 worlds has a developer-intended warp barrel that we're gonna take. But some of them we're actually gonna do a trick called the wrong warp, which will save a few seconds here. We'll be able to do more of those later in other stages to save a lot more time. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Is there like a backup? Can you save this?
I think you can, but I don't know how. If so, so.
Okay, so we're just gonna use the actual warp here.
Yeah, just use the actual warp. Which
Yeah,
if you take the actual warp normally, it's only like 4 seconds slower than doing the wrong warp, but yeah, I lost way more because I went for the wrong warp and failed it, so
yeah.
It's additional time.
Yeah, can talk more about how wrong warps work later, I guess, or now because there's not a lot going on.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so there's a couple different types of wrong warps that are possible in this game. The one that we try to do here, in the second level, and we'll do it again in the next level after this, makes use of something called invisible objects. Basically, kind of how that works is like you hold an object, but then through some glitch you can like break the object, but still have the Kong be holding something, and the game remembers like what sprite slot the Kong is holding. And then if you load like another sprite into that slot, you can then like throw it and manipulate it and mess with some values. In the case of throwing a barrel like that, it basically kind of loses or gets some like garbage exit value, and the game triggers a failsafe that just like kind of exits the level and lets you go to the next one. It's weird. That's a deliberately programmed failsafe.
Yeah, because in version 1.0, that usually the game like soft locks if you do it. So they had a failsafe to prevent you from like having the soft lock happen, and it just boots you out of the level instead.
Yeah, this is Crow. Crow is kind of the big RNG point in this run. Otherwise, this game doesn't really have much RNG. That wasn't too bad. This is pretty average. But yeah, in the second phase of that fight, takes kind of like a random number of fake eggs before you get a real one you can hit him with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty average.
Yeah, I think I had what, 2 in total. So
yeah, I think it was 2.
Yeah. So
here's another wrong warp here.
Oh my gosh! I tried a hard trick, but failed it.
Yeah, he's trying to do something called a 2-1 jump. Would have saved like a little bit of time.
Yeah, like
about our first Lost World stage here.
Yeah, I love this level, Jungle Jinx.
Yeah, this one's like just good rolling platforming, and yeah, the Lost World stages are all pretty difficult. This is, I mean, probably the easiest one that we actually play.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's still got some tough stuff in it with these tires. The tires can be a little janky sometimes.
Absolutely. My practice run, I died in this level like twice from missing tires. So.
Yeah, so we're gonna see kind of towards the end of here. We're gonna use another glitch called a scrolly scroll.
Oh shoot! Oh, that's okay.
Maybe.
I was hoping,
anymore.
But my bad.
That's tough.
Yeah, I got hit, unfortunately.
Okay, we'll see scroll later again. It's fine.
Yeah. The other one's easier to set up at least, but I actually love that scroll in Jungle Jinx too, so I'm a little miffed that I got hit, because yeah, since I happened to bounce on the 4th tire, and then my roll didn't input after, so I just slid off the edge into the B. Oh my goodness. Alright, I think I'm gonna be failing every trick this run, so might be one of those.
Marathon luck.
Oh my gosh. Alright, the real backup strat, I guess.
That's never happened before.
I've never seen that in my life, that's funny. Yeah, I thought usually with Dixie you could just hover over that guy, but I think I started from too far back, so... Just landed on him. And then yet again, I don't know why my jump didn't input after I landed, so... Just literally stood there and got hit.
Yeah, so in this level, the warp forces you to kind of get the big fanfare on the goal, and Dixie's is a couple seconds shorter than Diddy's, so we wanna be Dixie here.
Yep. Yeah, so...
Other than that, in general, Diddy is faster with movement. So Dixie has the gliding here, which is a pretty useful technique in certain situations. But otherwise, we generally want to play as Diddy, since he jumps a little bit higher, I think, and he just moves faster, rolls faster.
Yep.
Just kind of generally better to platform with.
Yeah, his roll distance is like slightly longer, but their roll speed is the same, though.
Yeah, the roll speed's the same. Okay.
But then running, yeah, Diddy's faster, and including his airspeed too. It's also faster.
Yeah.
But then yeah, Dixie having her time to shine sometimes with both the hover and then yeah, the shorter fanfare also. So usually want to take out all the bosses with her.
Yeah, because the bosses all have the fanfare as well.
Yep.
So this is Cleaver. Cleaver has a little more RNG. This one's not as significant as Crow. Basically, just get him with cannonballs. There's going to be a trick kind of in the middle here called Lava Fly. So you're supposed to kind of wait for him to come out of the lava and then like bait him to attack you, and then hooks will appear so you can get to the side. You can actually make it if you fly over here, but you still have to bait him, otherwise the hooks don't spawn and you have to die when you start, basically. Or I think like technically you can keep doing Lava Fly, but like it's really hard.
Yeah, I saw a kind of recent video on like how to still do the fight, but I was like, wait, this is it's like almost pass only. Like it's probably barely doable.
Alright, not too bad. Alright, now we're gonna have some more full levels here. No more dev warps.
Yeah, so true rolling and moving. I feel bad though, I don't have chat up because I was trying to pull it up on my phone, but then
Oh yeah.
kind of procrastinated. So
So here we're really starting to see that that rolling action in general. So kind of for fast movement in this game in general, you want to roll. It's faster than just walking. But if you just kind of roll like through nothing, then you have to jump out of the roll or you'll get stalled. If you roll through enemies, you move faster. So we want to kind of roll through enemies as much as we can.
man, Ramby wasting all my time. All right.
Yeah. Of course, Ramby would do that.
Yeah, we've definitely got to split in the community with Heck Ramby and Love Ramby. So.
Yeah.
Find any
so
excuse to blame Ramby.
Yeah. Even when he's not in the level, it's still his fault.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you saw earlier Ryan threw Dixie into the barrel, which set up something called an airborne state, which allowed him to get like a much higher damage boost off that cloak and be able to fly over that big gap without taking the barrel.
Yep. So, yeah, because using the arrow barrel to kind of slowly like auto scroll through that large swamp gap takes a while. I think you save like 6 seconds with the swamp fly, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, despite having to do like an actual setup for it and like taking a hit and then all that, it's still like a lot faster.
Yeah.
And
So we got Glimmer's Galley in here. This is the only like true full water stage in this game. Water levels kind of in general in the classic DKC. They all kind of have the same general mechanics, which is like you have very slow acceleration in the water, which means you really don't want to bump into any corners or anything and lose all your speed. But you also want to like cut the corners as close as you can to do optimal pathing. So these levels are actually like really hard to optimize.
yep.
Despite like not being super dangerous, they're some of the hardest levels to go at full speed.
Yeah, even almost
But,
getting
yeah.
hit there, like, lost a lot of time since I had to turn around. For
Luckily,
example.
this is like kind of the only one in this game. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, yeah, forgot about goal swaps, like that thing I did at the end. But you want to
Yeah.
cover that, Glenn?
yeah, goal swaps are just kind of they are an unintended mechanic. They also abuse that kind of airborne state that I mentioned earlier, which you can get in a few ways. Basically, if the game kind of thinks the second Kong is in the air and not standing on the ground, then if you like swap over the goal, it kind of thinks that the Kong landed on it and just triggers it without jumping. So it lets you kind of swap your Kongs at the end of a stage without costing like the normal amount of animation time.
Yep.
To swap. So it's just kind of like a micro optimization. These games are all about micro optimizations because there's not really a lot of RNG and
Yeah, which I actually love about this game. I feel like it's kind of like easy to grind and hard to master. So
yeah, for sure.
yeah, because there's so little RNG in this game. It's like actually incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once you're past
Rattle
pro,
Battle
anyway.
here. This is the level that speedrunners don't really like. It's kind of awful. The snake is not very good at moving horizontally, and you have to move horizontally with the snake.
Yep.
There's also just really janky hitboxes through this whole level.
I love
You
the
just get hit
community
in like the most nonsense ways.
the community memes with the snake or guy where
Yeah.
you just have screenshots of like frames before like like that moment, for example, like frames before they interact, and then like people have to guess like who wins the interaction between like the snake or like the croc or the bee or whatever you might have gotten hit by. Oh wait, I forgot I'm doing Black Ice Battle.
Ooh.
So
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah,
Just get another Lost World level here.
yeah, it's faster to get Dixie back here if in this category if you lose her there.
Right.
Whoops. Well,
There's another one. It's fine.
I'll still get her back.
Yeah, this is another notorious level where you're kind of
Oh,
going
shoot.
down, which is weird. There's a couple levels like this in the game. This one's pretty difficult. You really, really have to know exactly where you're going. Because like you can't really see very far ahead of you going downwards, so it's definitely a memorization test.
Yeah, at least in version 1.1 they made it slightly better than 1.0. I'm gonna play this part
Yeah,
safe.
the 1.0 camera is really janky. Sometimes it just doesn't follow you, and then you die because you drop below the camera.
Yeah, it's just hilarious. Yeah, also a benefit of getting Dixie back here is that you have the airborne state at the end there too. So you can goal swap for this next level.
Yeah. So here we're gonna do a trick called a super jump. So we swap water there. That's a glitch state where basically the next time you take damage and you hold B, you just go flying up like this. And then we're gonna set up another wrong warp here by clashing these two beetles, similar to what we saw in World 1.
Yep.
And then another benefit of that super jump is that we skipped the trigger that normally makes the water go up, so we can just get down to that bonus without any water.
Yeah, because if you're doing it the intended way, then like, yeah, the bonus will be completely submerged. So you have to like get an invincibility barrel and swim down because there's the piranha that's in the water that will like chomp you. But when you're invincible, then you know he won't attack you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Bramble Blast here. So there's a couple tricks you can do here. We saw Ryan do some quick shots there, which is like you can shoot before the barrel turns to 3-frame window. So they're a little tricky to get, but not too bad.
Yeah, failed the easy part and hit all the quick shots though. It's funny how that happens.
So hopefully we're gonna see a vine clip here. It's gonna make use of a trick called a big boy, where basically if you jump after throwing your other Kong and then catch it in the air and repress B, you'll get another like double jump in the air basically, and that lets you get high enough there to throw Dixie through the vine, which is kind of just a consequence of the weird shape of the collision and like the way they detect collision with team throwing. But yeah.
Yeah, there's some other vines you can still do a vine clip through without the big boy, where the vine is just low enough relative to your jump height. So
yeah, it's kind of like the backup.
yeah, so it's like a natural thing that happens in this game.
This boss is really boring. It's just an auto scroller. Just kind of jumps at you, hit him with a barrel.
Yep.
We do a little trick here where we kind of use like Dixie's like wind up before throwing to like hit him backwards instead of throwing it. And if you do that for like all 6 cycles, it saves like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's like roughly about 20 frames per cycle. So 60 FPS. That adds up to about 2 seconds. But yeah, if you screw up any of the cycles, then yeah, you lose like upwards of 10 seconds because you have to repeat that cycle.
Yeah,
So,
depending which cycle it is, because they kind of get faster. But yeah,
it's like
it's really bad.
yeah, the trade-off, like saving so little time and like you lose like a billion if you are slightly
that's
off.
the name of the game with DKC. You do like strats that save like 10 frames or you die.
Yep. So true. Oh my god, there's actually like a level in the beginning of, was it Mudhole March, like in this next world? Like
yeah, that's another notorious level. It's really hard.
yeah, like right at the beginning of the level, there's a roll that actually does save 10 frames, but you'll die if you miss. So it's like, like literally, like as he said it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We got our first B-high level here.
Yep.
The honey, you kind of like stop, you can like hang on the wall. Honey climbing is another thing that's like really difficult to optimize. You kind of have to like jump off like that and climb back on.
Absolutely.
Part of what makes it difficult is like most like inputs in this game can be buffered, like jumps and stuff, but I don't think you can buffer jumps off honey, so
I think you're right.
it's like part of what makes it difficult.
I had to like really think
really
about my
time your
inputs now to be like, wait, does it? Yeah, I think you're right.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just like thinking, like, wait, is that true? Oh shoot, I never thought about it. Some autopiloting. That's funny. But yeah, the
Yeah, we saw the scroll there.
yeah, my bad. We just talked over it. But yeah. Oh, also, another thing with honey too. Yeah, if you accidentally hit diagonal inputs on your D-pad, you also not jump off the honey because you have to hold back away from the honey to jump off of it when you're going up a wall.
Right.
Yeah, so stuff like if you have kind of a crappy controller or something, then that could also like matter too.
Yeah, got another auto scroller here. There is some like frame saving you can do here. Like you want to jump to the next card as early as you can.
Yep.
So you do want to be Diddy here because he jumps a little bit further.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can jump a little bit earlier off the cards. And there's a couple like little tiny skips that only Diddy can do.
Yep. Yeah.
Otherwise.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You're sitting on a cart.
yeah, exactly. It's like for some of these, it's like you can try to risk it all and be like ultra optimal to like land like on the very edge of the cart, but you know, if you miss, then you're dead. So
yeah,
to like save a couple frames. It's not another one of those in this game. Oh man, but yeah, admittedly, like sometimes I have died to like trying to interact with my chat, even though this is like a somewhat simple auto scroller.
Yeah,
and I still do it every time because I'm greedy. I always read chat here. So like it should be enough downtime, but
yeah, you still like read chat in Rickety Race and die. Nice swag balloon wrapping. Always go for swag balloon.
Yeah, that's another community split there, whether to get the swag balloon or to say no to swag. So it certainly doesn't save time there, but if you mess up, then the door will close on you and you'll lose Diddy, so it's a pretty big risk.
Yeah, wait on the wrong warp here.
Alright, hopefully that worked.
Looks fine.
Alright,
Very nice.
Yeah,
It's regular race here. It's not our auto scroller. This one you're going really fast though. Like this one you can't read chat during.
Yeah, definitely not. Should probably like skip the plus barrel and then like read chat in a run. Oh, even that jump I did to land on the very first guy I killed, like, yeah, that saves like 0.1 seconds also, but if you like barely screw it up, then you're dead as well. So
Yeah.
sometimes I'm
there's
told I'm
still
crazy.
Yeah.
to
There's still a
risk
few
it.
micro optimizations you can do. Like you want to like jump down these slopes.
Yeah,
It saves like a few frames.
yeah.
But
Any of the steeper
some of them are
slopes.
like a little tight to not die.
Yeah, exactly. Like some of them you have to do a short hop, like just tap B for a
Yeah.
very short amount of time,
Mhm.
and then fortunately
Number
you can
two guy
buffer jumps.
notorious. Yeah.
Yeah, number 2 guy. Yeah. Also, just now I was a bit scared because I'm like, I don't know. I'm always on edge with that guy because it's just like every now and
Oh,
then.
me too.
Sometimes you screw
Yeah,
up.
if you don't
right?
like get it right, like it's easy that you just bounce off him directly into a hole. Like
Yeah, exactly.
so we kind of have like a bit of a specific setup to kill him as early as possible.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, if you like screw up landing on the number 3 guy on your first try as well, like you can sometimes just like, ah! There's the roll that we were talking about. It's like, all right, I'll show it once, and then I'll just skip doing it if I die. So, that's my whole thought process.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can save yourself if you like react in time or like know that you failed, but I was slightly too late, so I bonked under the level. So yeah.
Yeah, this is just a really hard platforming level. It kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna do a wrong warp later towards the end. It's one of the less time-saving wrong warps among like outside of Worlds 1 and 2.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, it's not good.
Yeah, I failed the moonwalk, but I thought I still was like had just enough space that I could roll into that guy, but barely not.
Mhm.
I also forgot how to do the Dixie wrong warp, so I was like, ah, whatever, I'll just swap.
Oh yeah, I never learned that.
Because I've practiced the backup like over the years, like the Dixie backup, but I've like I don't mess up that often, like at that part, so
Yeah,
like it doesn't
that's the
come up
problem
that
with
much.
backups. Is like you just don't use them that often. And you forget how they work.
Yeah, it's like at a time where like I have to do it, then I'm like, oh yeah, how do I do it again? It's been like 5 months since I last did it or something, you know?
Yeah. This is the worst stage in the game.
Oh no, and I messed up too. I tried to roll right after landing, but I pressed it too early, so I hovered instead. Cause I'm Dixie.
Yeah. So the second half of this level kind of has like these like long like auto scroller kind of sections where you're supposed to like ride a barrel. But we're gonna hopefully skip those by doing kind of a weird setup. Looks a bit like a wrong warp, but instead what we're gonna do is we're gonna modify the speed variable or value for these barrel sprites, so they just launch you all the way across the section.
Oh, is this gonna work now? I have no idea.
Maybe.
No.
Oof.
Oh, I flubbed the move.
Well, now you get to see what it looks like.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I think it loses like roughly 20 seconds per
So it's a lot.
one. So if you fail it, so yeah. So instead, you gotta very slowly go through this. I actually forget where to shoot to do the damage booster too. To like save a
Oh,
little
I
more.
never remember that.
Yeah, I think it's here. Okay, yeah, it's here. I think I was like technically late slightly, so better safe than sorry.
Yeah,
If
and
anything.
then the gatekeepers. Oh.
I lost a life though, but I
Well, that's why they're
also
called the gatekeepers.
Yup. Yeah, because you can just get like bonked straight to hell from like those guys. If you slightly mess up, the jump is actually pretty tight to like land on the first guy. So yeah, it's actually scary.
So we're gonna do another big boy here. Skips this kind of long up and down section here. And the second half of the level is with Rambi, pretty straightforward. There was actually a wrong warp found for this level pretty recently, but it's really difficult. I think like only one person is going for it and runs. Something like.
I think you're right about that. all these mad lads.
It's borderline possible.
Yeah, it used to be TAS only, but then now like.
Yeah, now it's like borderline test only.
Pretty much. Oh my gosh. So I did a trick called the death jump to kind of like go into a lower section that I wasn't supposed to, and barely avoided a pit. I think actually messing up that super dash just now like wasted all the time I saved from the death jump too. So it doesn't save much, but then you also like die if you miss the death jump. So.
Do you do web boots wrong one?
No.
Or no? Not yet.
I was in the process of learning it like a couple weeks ago, and I only learned like the first invis section of it, but
yeah, it looks really annoying to learn.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be probably one that might take me like a couple days to even like get a few times. I think. So definitely working on it.
This fight can go really wrong. If you like miss a hit, then it just completely goes out of control.
Yeah, so many ways to screw this up. So another community saying is never sleep on the king.
Yeah.
Because the fight's like it should be kind of easy, but like almost everybody gets caught lacking at some point. Yeah, I think my last practice run I actually did screw up the fight, so like pretty recent even. But yeah, this level I find generally pretty chill, but sometimes I get got though.
Yeah, this is definitely a runner favorite level for sure.
It's like after a lot of like
just fun platforming.
Exactly, like after a lot of intense like tricks and stuff from like the previous few levels, then yeah, it's like you know, just mostly like raw platforming after, and like rope jumps and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
there's a cool roll a little bit later on too. Right here.
Hey.
You get to roll like through the backs of the whatever they're called in this game, clampons.
Yeah. Claptrap.
They have a different name in every game.
Yeah, blue-looking claptraps, but bigger. So yeah,
and another auto scroll. Yay.
Yep. Yeah, it's like the second last auto scroller for this run. Thanks everybody for hitting the goal for for doing all stages. So we do get to see the final auto scroller. Otherwise, in true ending, we wouldn't have, because it's not part of the route.
Yeah, so we'll see more of these like cart optimizations, just like jumps up and down slopes.
Yep.
Over the whole level, it saves like 3 seconds or something if you do like the perfect route.
Yep.
Versus just kind of casually riding the rails.
Yeah, for the most part, if you want to like learn how to optimize this level, probably just look at the tasks and try to like copy it.
Yeah, I mean, like if you just do like the jump up and down slopes, like that's most of the time save, and then there's like another like few specific jumps and stuff as well that you can learn if you're really going for all the time save.
Yep. Well, yeah, reason that I skipped all those DK barrels with... Oh, sorry. Yeah, explain the B. Go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much the only reason to play on the Japanese version. There's one B on that section instead of 2.
Yeah, the little straightaway part, there's like 2 Bs that you're like kind of very slowly
It's
trying to jump over, but
Yeah, it's actually like a really tight jump because you're
Yep.
moving so slowly.
it's a myth how that first bee I jumped over. There's a myth about how its hitbox is bigger to make up for the lack of a second bee there. I love that meme. It's like too funny. But yeah, unfortunately, I also don't do the wrong work for this level, but I want to learn it. Now that there's an actual video tutorial on how to do it. But the wrong word for this level saves like generally in an RTA run it'll usually be like 5 seconds, but if you do some like crazy risky strats, you can save like another 2 seconds on top of that. But instead, I got to do some smooth rolling and you know, being the master of the wind, because I obviously can predict the RNG. I'm just kidding about RNG.
It's a deceptively hard level.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, the wind is not random. It does activate at fixed points. So
yeah, proximity based. And
this next level here, it's usually kind of like the flashiest level you could show somebody out of a speedrun for this game.
So true.
It's not as hard as it looks. It's not easy either, but
I hate when that happens so much. Every now and then that I get got by that, or you just like trade hits with each other.
Yeah, that does happen sometimes.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
you're supposed to ride quacks down safely between the bees, but we actually have setups that just kind of free fall all the way down.
Yep. Using
It's not easy. It's not actually super difficult either. Kind of a memorization test.
Yeah, exactly. There are some like safety strats that you can like give up some time to like be a bit safer, but yeah, I went for pretty much like the optimal route though.
Yeah, it was pretty clean. Other than, I guess, getting hit, but...
Yeah.
Alright, so don't blink or you'll miss this level.
Yep.
Alright, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know how the properties work with like Cutlass, like wrong works, but...
Yeah, I don't know either. There's some like weird glitch where basically like... the Cutlass, like pulling its swords out, can somehow update a value for another sprite, and that messes with like the exit value for the barrel, basically, something like that.
Yeah, like when he pulls it out of the ground and lifts it up, and yeah, so we use that to our advantage for some of the wrong warps, like way back in Crockhead, I did that too.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
And in World 3.
Yeah, we'll see that again in World 6.
I think the Ramby Rumble one does that too, right? That we're talking about, that's like impossible.
Yeah, that's also Cutlass one.
Yeah.
And so is the Webwoods one, actually.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Webwoods, this is...
I'm gonna be playing this level ultra safe.
One of the hardest levels in this game to run, if not the hardest.
Yep. You're going for the most optimal strats, like, oh man. Like, you would use a little bit fewer webs than I've been using, so that you could,
yeah,
jump gaps sooner and, like, you know, save about a half second, like, per fewer web.
It's one of those levels, like, if you mess anything up slightly, you're just dead. Like,
yep. And then that DK coin on the goal, like, if you're
it's so cruel.
Playing a category.
They knew exactly what they were doing in that level specifically.
Yep. Yeah, it shows up for like, I think it's 11 frames or something.
Level usually takes people like hours to beat casually.
Yep. Yeah, because
so,
like...
Crow 2... Yeah, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, Crow 2, we have another little bit of RNG here. On each phase, the barrel can spawn left, middle, or right.
Ooh.
Good right spawn.
I was just expected to be left every time, but...
Yeah. And then these eggs falling in the ropes, they like try to aim at where you are, so kind of have to have the right movement to, you know when they're gonna spawn and then dodge them.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta be careful. Oh!
Oh no!
Gonna have to play this level again. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so death cancel. Since I unintentionally got hit earlier, I was like, well, I guess I get to show it off. Why not? Oh, that too.
I think it was found that's actually a little bit slower. This is like a little bit of time, but whatever.
Yeah, it does. It's like
a few frames.
barely swag at this point.
I do want to say, I think that's the third baiting experience at this event that I've been involved with. Like, I've either been the runner, been on commentary, been the recipient of something. And so what I want to mention to the chat is that donating to the cause is not a bait. It is a real thing that we're trying to do. So go ahead and donate, please.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
are baiting this fish.
I barely messed that up, so gonna have to try again.
Yeah, so trying a trick here called Arctic Zip. So the idea here is basically when you swap your Kongs underwater, they actually kind of have their hitboxes active during the swap. And for some reason, like, I guess sprites don't freeze underwater or something. So the idea here is we're gonna bait the fish over to this corner and then swap at the right time so that it hits the Kongs, like just as they're kind of swapping over this corner. Puts Diddy inside the wall, zips him up to the floor above, and the goal is right there.
Yep.
And luckily the camera moves up like just enough to spawn in the goal. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to activate it.
Exactly, because the goal is like right above the start of the level, so
Yeah.
just for safety, I'm gonna grab that.
Mm-hmm.
I normally
This is on Tori's level, like among casual playthroughs, but it's actually not too bad in speedruns.
Yeah, animal antics.
Yeah, you just kind of play as all the animals. The first couple sections are pretty trivial. You just kind of charge with Rambi, charge with On Guard. It's not really much to it. It's the squawk section that's the most notorious. But,
Yep. Absolutely.
yeah, it's not too bad in runs.
And then yeah, the bonus can be kind of annoying, but fortunately, not doing that in this category. So if you're doing like 102% or something like that, then
So take some damage boosts here just to get there quicker. Kill one of those guys because it avoids lag. There's so many guys on screen if you don't kill one.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, what sucks is if you miss one of the guys and the web also like adds to the lag.
Oh,
like,
it's
if
so
you miss,
bad.
it's like it's so bad. It also happened to be last time.
Tori's squawk section here. You're gonna fly around with wind in brambles. The wind is on like a regular cycle though, so as long as your movement is like pretty consistent, you'll be able to get through. No
Actually
problem.
avoided getting it there, but then I just crashed into the bramble anyway.
Yeah, generally you like get hit and then get the DK barrel, but whatever works.
Yeah.
The worst is when you like have your momentum carry you over the barrel and you just hit the wall.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That I'm pretty sure that's happened to me.
Alright, we'll play this part a little safe too, because you kind of
you
like
can do some snaky jumps here.
yeah, just like skip a whole lot, but wanted to be careful.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
so if we're doing true
scary.
ending, this would basically be the end of the run here, but thanks to all stages, there's more after this still.
Yep. So shout out to all y'all that donated yet again. Yeah, this fight's
This is
like
actually,
a minute and
yeah,
15 seconds, I think, or a minute and a
something
half.
like that.
It's like
a minute and a half.
it's a really long like single cycle.
Yeah, this is like the second Kiro fight normally.
Yeah,
Um,
but
While
thanks-
like the normal Kiro fight has kind of shorter sections, this is just like one really long dodging section, and you have to make the shot, like make the throw.
yeah, exactly. Occasionally
I
I've
feel like
choked in
everyone's
marathons
missed the
too.
throw at least once.
I think almost half my marathons I eventually like missed. It's like pretty funny. I think the first time I ran this for a marathon, I think it was Midwest Speed Fest, and I like went over estimate because I missed the throw. Particularly, I was like, oh my god. It's so funny. Oh man, but yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so it's thanks to that creme coin glitch that I did at the beginning, where we're able to visit the Lost World levels early, and without having to do any of the bonuses and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's why we're here first. Yeah, I threw that cannonball extra safe, just to.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like about a 1-minute cutscene before it saves the game and we can reset.
Yeah. So after the screen with the podium, then once it switches to the next screen, then the game saves, so I can hit reset instead of watching the ending cutscene after. Yeah, this part. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, Cranky's Video Game Heroes. Maybe in another
No, over.
another event, you might see me take them down, because I only have four DK coins in this one. All right, here we are. And yeah, so yeah, the reason, even for even if you were to be doing like yeah, if you're doing all stages first, like oh whoops, what am I doing? I was about to delete the file for no reason. I was like, oh, I'm starting a new run, I guess. Oh my gosh. That's a weird autopilot right there. I've never had that happen. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Since timing ends like when the Creme coin falls on us after we beat K. Rool, and usually for K. Rool 2, the timing ends when the DK coin falls on you after you make the shot. And yeah, if you were to do K. Rool 1 first, it's like a 2-minute like cutscene before you can hit reset, like when the game saves. So it also is just faster always to do K. Rool 2 because of how we timed the run as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Windy Well here's it's a glorified auto scroller. This is like some tricky movement.
Yep.
I don't know, I hate this level.
Me too. Yeah, I'm gonna try for the we call the Ghetto B skip, but oh god, it loses like 12 seconds if you fail, so.
Yeah.
Alright, fortunately I got it.
Nice.
Or if you get hit at all,
you
like...
need the Diddy for that one, because even in the wind, Diddy moves faster.
Yep. Yeah, if you get hit like at any point after the that DK barrel that was after the midpoint, or after you got Dixie back, then
yeah, because we need 2 Kongs for the next level.
Exactly. Yeah,
so
thanks
you
for
have
helping.
to go back to another level and.
Yeah, so revisiting either that level or Arctic Abyss, either or, and then getting your Kong back, and then start select exit out, and then come back here after.
Yeah, Castle Crush normally takes like 4.5 minutes or something. But no, it doesn't.
Pretty much. So the death wrong work. Then we're able to make that a 20-second level instead of like a 4.5 minute auto scroller. So yeah, so that was the final auto scroller we get to see.
Yeah, this is another just kind of like chill level. It's not too difficult.
Yeah. It's like
pun intended or no?
No.
Oh my god, I just realized. Yeah.
Yeah, a nice little thing there with Dixie. When Dixie runs, she's like actually like crawling on all fours, so she can just like run under that B there, but Diddy can't do that.
Yeah, so you have to crouch and slide on the ice.
We had a little bit of cool movement with this invincibility barrel here. We're gonna try to carry it basically all the way to the end.
Yep. To throw my girlfriend, as the trick is named. Throw your girlfriend.
Yeah, it's just kind of a cool level, not too difficult. It's very nice. There's another wrong warp in this level. This level is really difficult warpless.
They made the perfect error just to get 69 bananas at the start of the level. It's all intended.
Nice.
Yeah, just a funny coincidence.
A little bit of rope climbing there. We don't really see rope climbing otherwise in like any percenter.
I was slightly too early.
Oof.
Just barely.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to go in the bonus to basically reset everything.
It's actually one of my favorite levels, Warpless too, but
Yeah, this one's really fun to do Warpless, although it shreds your hands to practice it.
exactly. Like when I first learned Warpless, I was like, oh, I'm really bad at rope climbing, and then I was like grinding it, and I was like, oh, my hands are not gonna last.
Yeah.
Same with slime climb also back in World 3. It's like pretty brutal, Warpless with the rope climbing.
So yeah, here we get to see the snake go vertically instead of horizontally. And the snake is kind of glitchy. There's a bunch of ways to basically get like really big jumps off him and double jumps and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I get to show it off more in this level too. So
Yeah, and kind of it's kind of abusing like when you like start to charge the big jump and then like release it midair, then you can like jump out of it in midair. It's kind of weird. It's really difficult. There's like fairly tight frame windows for all of the jumps and stuff, and you have to have this like really horrible controller grip to do it.
yep.
I'm really bad.
Oh my gosh, the pictures in like the community Discord for like how some people hold their controllers. Mine's especially egregious, honestly, but I find it the most comfortable.
You have to like hold Y the whole time to like move horizontally faster, but then you have to like tap B and A in certain rhythms and hold A, and it's just awful.
and then holding the D-pad, so it's like, fortunately, because I only have to use left and right, then like
yeah.
I use my like left index finger to like hold the Y button,
Up
and
in
I
three?
like. I can't believe I didn't get up in
Up
3,
in
dude.
forehead.
That is not hard, but oh my gosh! I
Alright,
think.
hard boss here, hard boss.
All right, let's get ready. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Tied the tasks, I think, on that one. But yeah, that cutscene where K Rool's like climbing up into his ship. So normally when you complete a world, you'll automatically get moved towards the next world. But if you're just mashing your buttons, then you'll go back to World 6. So you have to remember not to autopilot there after that world.
A little more rope climbing there. So Screech's sprint here. Get this platform at the beginning, and then you have to race Screech. So we're not gonna race him.
Alright, no turn back race skip.
Nice. Huge gaming. Yeah, so the trigger to like start the race doesn't go all the way up to the top, so you can just fly over the trigger.
Yeah, otherwise you get stopped for like it's like a stoplight that counts down.
Yeah, it's like a second and a half or something. It's not a huge deal, but
Yep.
I mean, at like top level in DKC, a second and a half is huge.
Yeah, exactly. And you get some pretty cool music, but because they skipped the race, then yeah, we have the other cool music, I guess.
Yeah, we're in a little movement thing there, like kind of in like the early part of the squawk section there, like Ryan didn't go like super high above the ground because like the calculation for the goal to give you the fanfare like basically works from the last time you touch the ground, so it's kind of like the entire squawk section if you just like run into the sign and then land directly on the goal.
Yep, so signpost skip. Or fanfare skip, sorry.
Yeah.
Signpost
Otherwise you
skip
have to
is a
just like,
different
land
trick.
on the ground. It costs like a few frames.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think like maybe half a second or 0.3, something like that.
So it's supposed to be the first Carol fight. This one's longer.
Yeah,
When you
so-
run this game, it's not. You know exactly what's gonna happen. You're not really in any danger or anything.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's like over 3 minutes for this fight too, so
Yeah, so time will come up in like a couple minutes from now or something.
Yep.
It's like a 3-minute fight, over 3 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, like 3:15, 3:20, something like that. I always forget the time, the exact time. So yeah, I definitely don't want to end up dying from mistakes because the fight is so long. As long as you just remember how the fight goes, then generally should be fine. It's like probably about halfway done at this point. So this is the 6th cycle out of 9. Yeah, some of these cycles get pretty long. Like this one, so there's like a bit of an optimization that we sometimes try to go for, called dustless, where you basically like throw it like frame perfect into his blunderbuss, then you won't see any of the dust particles when he sucks. But
yeah, like that's the only optimization in this fight is just like how early you throw it in. But like if you throw it in too early, it's really difficult to pick it up back up and still get the throw on that cycle.
Yeah, because when he's trying to like pull you in, then it's
Yo, blue Kongs for the fans.
Yeah, this actually loses time, but gotta swag out.
Especially 2 Kongs, this is a lot of time.
Yeah, so I swapped. I lost even more time from swapping again back to Diddy, so. Yeah, but hey, why not? I assume that's probably like 6 seconds lost or something like that. Oh, whoa, I was actually goofing around so much I almost got hit there. By K-Roll. Holy moly.
Alright, as long as they don't get the strong suck here.
Yup. So you can, with Diddy, you can just hold run and like run towards the wall, and you're usually safe, but occasionally K-Rool can do some like super strong suck that'll like pull you too far.
It's really weird. Like, it's only been recorded like twice ever or something.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and time here is when the coin falls on me. So time. Hey, save DK. So yeah, hey, thank you. I didn't have a timer up, so I have no idea how that run went, but assuming like probably 57 or something.
It looks like from our timer, it says 52:19.
Oh, that's actually better than I thought. What the? I guess I overestimated how much like those mistakes were. Okay, not bad.
Yeah, it seemed pretty good to me. I enjoyed watching.
Hey,
I was sitting here just enjoying the swag and the all of the monkey movement.
Yeah, certainly love this game. Unfortunately for me, I guess I only run this out of the trilogy, but Glenn here is master of all.
Yeah, I've run all 3. I've run 3 the most.
Oh, I didn't know you ran 3 the most. Actually, I thought 1.
Yeah.
Whoops, my mistake. But yeah, yeah, I guess.
You got any shoutouts you want to give?
Yeah, to close out. Yeah, first off, shout outs to Glenn for being down to commentate.
Yeah.
I was just like, I saw you in the Discord like 2 posts above, and I was like, hey, why don't I just ask him? when I was looking at the ping about last chance to get commentators and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I could just ask him. So, yeah, yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, I had a good time, and yeah, I appreciate you covering like pretty much like all the tricks and everything. So it's pretty easy for me to focus on the run. What was I gonna say? Yeah, if y'all want to shoot me a follow, I'm at Ryan_Ford522 on pretty much all the socials.
Yeah.
And yeah, I run a variety of games, and I'm actually gonna be running for a GDQ hotfix show in like 3 hours from now. So,
Yeah, he's a busy man.
Yeah, I gotta go practice Link's Awakening DX. So.
The schedule is packed.
Yep.
Well, good luck on your hotfix run.
Hey, thank you.
I think the chat is excited for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. So we'll get heading out here. But thank you so much, Ryan. Thank you, Glenn. Always appreciate having you guys around. You always do a great job. So
absolutely.
Hopefully we'll see you for SDAT, which the submissions just opened up for, if you haven't heard yet.
Oh, I actually didn't hear about that. Sick. Yeah, also, hopefully things work out for Sable Dragon Rock as well.
Yes. Yeah, thank
That's
you.
why we're all here. So
Yeah.
yeah, so thank you everybody for donating, and probably gonna type !donate at some point, unless if it's in the pin